been playing LSPDFR a little and you're starting to get tired of the same callouts all of the time. Instead you want different callouts with more realism and that are more fun. Welcome to a new video on this channel. My name is Shooten and welcome to the third video in this beginner's guide series, which will show you how to go from an untouched raw GTA 5 to a fully modded GTA 5 LSPDFR. I'd recommend that you have followed the tutorials in the series before this. In this episode we're going to be installing the best callouts for LSPDFR. Callouts are basically missions that get as a police officer, for example like someone is robbing a house and you have to stop that. These are definitely some of my favorite callouts we're going to be installing in this video. Some things you have to have before we start installing is scripthook V, LSPDFR, GTA 5, stop the ped, ultimate backup, and rage plugin hook. In the previous tutorials in this series I will show you how to install those. In the previous tutorials in this series was how to install LSPDFR and how to install LSPDFR plugins. So the first callout we're gonna start with is simple callout. Simple callout is callouts like drug overdose. You're gonna try to save the life of the overdoser. Manhunt, find and identify the gunman, and shots fired are some of the callout you get with the simple callouts. Go down into the description and find the simple callouts link. Then you come over to this site, scroll down a little bit until you see this little thing. Okay, so then you want to do is click on this little arrow pointing down into a thing. Click there on the arrow. The first time it will bring you to an ad, but the second time you click it, it will start downloading. So the second callout we're going to be installing is regular callout. In regular callouts we have things like a missing person, where you're gonna try to find a missing person, a major accident on the LS highway, when there's like multiple vehicles that are crashed, and then they have a search warrant where you can search through the house. People, you go into the house and search through it. Go down in the description and find the regular callouts link, click on that. Then you come over to this site, scroll down a little bit until you see the download this file, the blue one, click that. Then it will come into download terms, read through the download terms, and if you agree, click agree and download. And then you come over to this site and it will start downloading. The third and the last callout we're going to installing today is United callouts. In United callouts you get burglaries, where people rob someone's house, robberies where you take like a bank van and stuff like that. You get 24 different callouts in this callout pack. So the first thing we're going to be installing in this pack is actually not the callout. When we're going to install United callout, we need one more thing that I haven't installed in this series yet. That is open all interiors. It's a thing you have to have in order to install the callout. Go down in the description and find the open all interiors link. Click that and then you'll come over to this site. Then click download this screen download, only this screen download. Then you'll come over to this site and you'll have to click download again. And when you click download there, it will start downloading. And now go back to the United callouts. Go down in the description and find the United callouts link, or just go back to it. Scroll down a little bit until you see this, download this file, the blue one. Click that. The download terms will come up. Agree to them if you want, and then it will come over to this side and it will start downloading. So now I have installed all of the callouts. You maybe only installed some of them, that's okay, but make sure that you follow all the steps for just that callout. Timestamps, I will say like download United callouts, install United callouts, customize United callouts. Go ahead and close down your browser, just close it down, and the thing you want to do now is open File Explorer, this little thing down here, or everything you open to access your files. On Windows it is File Explorer. Then when you come into File Explorer, click on your downloads thing. It will have this little down arrow and download. Then the things you want to drag to your desktop is simple callout if you install the simple callout, regular callout if you install the regular callout, and United callouts if you install them. And the open all interiors is the 00AA084. Go ahead and drag all of those out that you installed today by holding down in this black space. Hold down the left mouse button, then this will come up. Just move mouse around, then drag that blue thing over the United callouts and all of the callouts you installed today. Then when you have this gray thing, go over the gray thing and hold in the left mouse button over them, then drag it out here and release it to your desktop. Then you can go ahead and open your GTA 5 directory. When we are going to install, we're gonna install them in order. So first simple callout, then regular callout, and then United callout. So first go ahead and open open the simple callouts, double click that. Make sure that you have WinRAR or 7-zip. The link to WinRAR will be in the description. When you double click simple callouts, you will come into the simple callouts and they will say simple callouts on here. Then you come into plugins and LSPDFR. So the thing you want to do when you've gone in here is hold in control and click on the with your left mouse button on the plugins and the LSPDFR. Over the blue thing you can release control now if you want. Over the blue things you have highlighted here, hold in left mouse button and then drag them out to this blank space here. In the GTA 5 directory you should have pulled up before. If it asks you to replace file in destination, click replace file in destination. Then go ahead and close that down. Simple callout. When you're done with simple callouts, you can go ahead and delete that from your desktop. Second callout we're going to be installing is regular callouts. Make sure they have 7-zip or WinRAR. I have WinRAR. Link to that will be in the description. Go ahead and double click regular callouts. Then you'll come into this plugin LSPDFR and native UI. Hold in the left mouse button under these things, drag it up here because we will need all of those things, and then hold the left mouse button over the blue highlighted things, drag them out here over the blank space in the GTA 5 and release. And if it asks you to replace file in destination, click replace file in destination. Then go ahead and close down regular callouts. When you're done with that, go ahead and delete that from your desktop. The next thing we're going to be installing is the United callout, but if you remember, we installed a thing called Open All Interiors, which was highly recommended for the mod, so that's what we're gonna install now. Go ahead and double click the Open All Interiors, which is named 0AAA084 open all interiors.var. Open that. Then we'll come into a readme open all interiors.ini open all interiors.asi. So the thing you want to do is hold in control, click on the open all interiors.ini and the open all interiors.asi. Then when they become blue highlighted, hold in your left mouse button over those, drag those two all the way into your GTA 5 directory and go over to the blank space. It's to the right of your files where you have no files. Then release them there. And if it asks you to replace the file and destination, click replace file and destination. Then go ahead and close this down and you can go ahead and delete open all interiors from your desktop. Now it's time for the United callout. Go ahead and double click United callouts. Then click United callouts here again when you're in the zip folder. Then it will say Grand Theft Auto 5 and documents. Click on the Grand Theft Auto 5. Then when you're in the Grand Theft Auto 5, you'll see the plugins and LSPDFR. As you did on some mods before, holding your left mouse button under the LSPDFR and plugins, then drag it around and you'll see this blue thing, and then go up over those two so they get blue highlighted. Then hold in your left mouse button over the blue highlighted things, drag them out here and then release them in the blank space of your GTA 5 directory. And if it asks you to replace your file and destination, click replace file and destination. So now we have installed all of the callouts. The thing we're going to do now is customize the things we installed today. So now we're going to customize regular callouts. So to customize regular callouts, you have to go into plugins, LSPDFR, and then you'll see regular callouts.ini. Click on that. If you don't see ini, click on view up here and then click file name extensions and you will see ini and .exe and stuff like that. So then right click the regular callouts.ini and click open with notepad, and then this will pop up. So the thing you want to do is you can set all these things to true if you want them to happen, and as you see here, the fake call is set to false, but if you want that to be true, you're just gonna type in true with lower caps. If you want it to be false, you just type in false with lower caps. And down here we see the keybinds. The end callout key is the end button. Some keyboards doesn't actually have the end button, so if you want it to be another keyboard, you can search up what the like coding is for them. If you want numpad, but if you want the normal button, you're just gonna type Y or X or E or high caps. Dialog key, when you're gonna talk to them, you press Y. I think that's a pretty good key. It's the default for almost every callout. And then interaction key is X. I think that's pretty good too. It's not overlapping anything. It's also the default key for almost everyone. And then close that down, and if you changed anything, click save. Second callout we're gonna change is United callout. Go into plugins, LSPDFR, and then United callouts, the folder, not the .dll, and then you'll see United Callouts.ini. If you don't see .ini, click on view and then file name extensions. And by the way, when you're going into the ini, you will also see all the keybinds and stuff like that. If you don't know a keybind, you will see them in here. And here in callout, you can set the callout to true, like in simple callout. If they're true lower caps, it will happen. So like if someone has stolen an emergency vehicle and you set that to true, the dispatcher will give you that mission, that task to stop that. Or a hostage, if someone has taken someone as hostage and stuff like that. Set that to true if you want it, set it to false if you don't want it. And then go down to keys. Here you'll see all the keys. If you want it to end, click end. That's the default for everyone, every callout. Some keyboard doesn't have end, so if you don't have end on your keyboard, I will recommend you changing that. Then we have the dialog key. Y is the default for almost every callout, so when you want to talk to them, press Y. I like these keys, so I'm gonna have them as default, but you can change them. And if you ever want to know what the keys are, go into the .ini of the callouts. Hope everything worked out. If it did, please like the video so it can spread to more people that need help with this. Also, so I know you liked it. And consider subscribing for more in the beginner guide series and more LSPDFR tutorials and more of me just playing LSPDFR and streaming it. Who knows, it may be already out, the next video in the series. If so, it's on the screen right now. The next video in the series will be about how to customize your police outfit more in depth with more options and more agency. I'll see you there.